Hello, everyone. I'm Sam Sheffer from Salvona Technologies in the USA. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to our webinar on next-generation refreshing and cooling technologies. Today, we're introducing a powerful and elegant solution designed to help your products truly stand out by delivering a unique, intimate, and long-lasting refreshing experience that consumers can feel. We're talking about Salvona's proprietary technologies, HydroSal SalCool and HydroSal FreshCool. These advanced submicron delivery systems encapsulate odorless specialty ingredients that interact with sensory receptors in the upper layers of the skin. The result is a controlled, extended refreshing effect, combined with exceptional skin feel and outstanding formulation flexibility. This is not just refreshing, it's engineered sensory performance, designed to elevate your formulations and differentiate your brand. If you formulate in skincare, scalp care, body care, deodorants, or after-sun products, this session is for you. Over the next 35 minutes, we'll cover the technology structure, the mechanism of operation, applications, and positioning opportunities. Let's begin. Sally, our technical marketing leader, will guide you through this presentation.
Hi, I'm Sally. For decades, consumers desired for a true feeling of freshness. To meet this need, the industry has relied on familiar ingredients like menthol, the gold standard for refreshing and cooling. Whether natural or synthetic, it delivers an immediate effect. But with clear limitations. From a formulation perspective, menthol presents challenges: limited water solubility, the need for pre-dissolution, recrystallization risk, and volatility that can reduce performance over time. On the skin, it creates a sharp cooling spike, often perceived as harsh, and at higher levels may cause irritation. Its strong, minty odor can also limit consumer appeal and fragrance creativity. Natural alternatives like peppermint and eucalyptus oils offer a botanical story, but bring similar trade-offs: dominant scent profiles, short-lived sensation, and potential irritation. So, traditional cooling systems follow the same pattern: fast impact, but short duration, strong odor, and limited formulation flexibility. To improve this, the industry introduced synthetic cooling agents such as menthol lactate, offering a smoother sensory experience. However, these molecules still fall short, lacking longevity, control, and true differentiation. And that's where the opportunity begins. To take refreshing performance to the next level, Salvona moved beyond ingredients and into system design. So how did we do it? We explored a wide range of natural and synthetic agents, analyzing their behavior individually and in synergy on the skin. Then, we went deeper into the physiology of sensory perception, studying receptor activation, signal pathways, sensory kinetics, and how the sensory curve evolves over time. And then we engineered the solution. We encapsulated multiple functional ingredients within HydroSal technology, advanced submicron spheres designed for precision delivery and controlled release. This allows each ingredient to perform at the right time, creating a proprietary system aligned with today's consumer expectations. A refreshing performance they can feel instantly and over time. What does this mean for formulators? This is not just about refreshing and cooling ingredients. It's about delivering a refined sensory experience, an elegant solution that elevates your product and sets it apart. Let me share some of the key insights we've gained, designed to help you confidently apply these technologies and unlock new possibilities in your formulations. What is the mechanism and physiology of cooling? What drives the cooling sensation in the skin? And how can we use that knowledge to create better, longer-lasting, and more differentiated products? When we feel a cooling sensation on the skin, it's not necessarily because the temperature drops. It's because specific nerve receptors are activated. Cold receptors, such as TRPM8, are located on sensory nerve endings in the skin. They are primarily found in the epidermis, upper skin layers, around hair follicles, and on free nerve endings. These receptors are part of specialized sensory neurons that connect directly to the peripheral nervous system. The main receptor targeted by most cooling agents is TRPM8, often called the skin's cold sensor. It normally responds to low temperatures, but it can also be chemically activated by cooling ingredients, creating the familiar fresh sensation. TRPM8 and other thermoreceptors are transmembrane ion channel proteins. This means they are embedded in the cell membrane of sensory nerve endings and span across it. When activated, they open and allow ions, mainly calcium and sodium, to flow into the neuron. This generates an electrical signal that travels to the brain, which interprets it as cooling. However, cooling perception is more complex. Other receptors can be involved, such as TRPA1, which may cause tingling or stinging, and TRPV1, known as the heat receptor. Some cooling ingredients may indirectly influence these pathways, creating dual cooling-warming sensations. Ultimately, the final sensory experience depends on concentration, diffusion rate, and the condition of the skin barrier. You may ask why this matters for formulation and product designers. Cooling isn't just a physiological response, it's a powerful product design tool. It operates on two levels, psychological and physiological. On the sensory side, even a subtle cooling or tingling effect instantly signals activity. It tells the consumer, "I feel it, this product is working." Many active ingredients, whether for anti-aging, hydration, repair, or scalp care, are not immediately felt upon application. Cooling acts as a sensory amplifier, transforming invisible performance into a perceivable experience. For example, high-value actives like vitamins, retinol, and collagen-boosting peptides often deliver no immediate sensory cue, leaving consumers questioning their efficacy. However, a subtle tingling sensation can reinforce the perception of activity, boosting consumer confidence and encouraging repeat use. Moreover, consumers strongly associate freshness with cleanliness, energy, and vitality. Just imagine how a generic hygiene or cleansing product, one that currently delivers little to no sensory feedback, can be transformed by adding a refreshing, invigorating cue. With the introduction of a cooling or tingling sensation, the experience becomes immediate and meaningful. Consumers don't just apply the product, they feel it working. Freshness and cooling are strongly associated with cleanliness, energy, and vitality. They create an instant emotional connection, reinforcing the perception of effectiveness and elevating even the simplest formula into a more engaging, premium experience. In this way, a standard cleansing product becomes more than functional. It becomes memorable, differentiating, and desirable. Freshness triggers a powerful emotional response, enhancing product satisfaction and driving repeat use. Salvona's technology offers a well-designed, refreshing effect that extends the sensory experience beyond the initial application. Instead of lasting only a few minutes, it delivers a longer, more sustained sensation, making the product feel more advanced, engaging, and memorable. It transforms a standard formula into a true sensory experience, helping brands stand out and confidently support a premium positioning. In categories such as deodorants and sports applications, cooling goes beyond sensation. It becomes visible proof of performance. On the physiological side, our cooling ingredients effectively trick the skin's sensory system by activating cold receptors. These signals are sent to the brain and interpreted as a drop in temperature, even when there is no actual change in temperature. The result is a reduction in the transmission of pain and itch signals, creating a powerful counterstimulation effect that overrides discomfort and delivers a soothing sensation. This leads to reduced perception of irritation, relief from itching and burning. That's why cooling is highly effective in post-sun care, post-surgical procedures, sensitive skin products, and scalp treatments. In addition, cooling can cause mild vasoconstriction, helping reduce redness, heat buildup, and the appearance of inflammation, resulting in calmer, more comfortable skin. Leveraging the physiological benefits of Hydrosal transforms performance into a sensory experience, making products more effective and enjoyable. It enhances comfort and soothes the skin, making it ideal for after-sun, post-exercise recovery, scalp care, post-treatment, and eye care applications. But here's the key. How the receptor is activated determines whether the experience feels premium or aggressive. Free ingredients like menthol diffuse rapidly, creating an instant spike, strong, sharp, immediate. But then, it can sting, it can irritate, and it fades quickly. However, when a controlled cooling delivery system is used, such as hydrocell, the experience becomes gradual, and everything changes. You create a smoother onset. You extend the refreshing curve. You reduce irritation risk. You design comfort, not shock. Now, you're not just adding a cooling agent. You're engineering a sensory signature and experience. And that's where true formulation advantage begins. Let me introduce you to Sal, our R&D engineer, to show you how Hydrocell Cool technology makes this possible.
Hi there. I'm Sal, a research and development engineer. Our goal was simple, but ambitious, to create an odorless, smooth, gradual, and refreshing cooling experience, not a sharp sensory shock. Hydrocell Cool was developed at Salvona as a true engineering project, not just a formulation of a cooling ingredients blend. In the first phase, we went back to fundamentals. We studied the kinetics of individual cooling molecules. We examined how concentration influences receptor activation, how diffusion rate determines onset, and how molecular structure impacts the longevity of sensation. We analyzed critical parameters such as speed of cooling activation, peak intensity, sensory decay curve, and irritation threshold. Based on this data, we designed SalCool, a proprietary complex of cooling agents carefully selected and structured according to their activity profile and release kinetics. In Phase 2, we engineered the carrier system, developing the Hydrocell delivery platform. Our goal was to achieve a controlled extended release of the SalCool complex. Instead of releasing all actives at once, the system delivers them in a synchronized, sequential manner, one after the other, extending the sensory curve without increasing intensity or overloading the receptors. The result is a structured core and shell architecture that precisely controls when and how each molecule is released. At the same time, we focused on making the system practical for formulators. It's easy to incorporate into standard processes, globally compliant. It remains clear and aesthetically elegant. It's odor neutral, so it doesn't interfere with fragrance design. And it's stable across a wide range of thickeners and formulation types, fully compatible with typical mixing and scale-up conditions. So instead of simply adding a cooling effect, we're delivering a designed, engineered sensory experience. Let's start by explaining the details of Hydrocell Cool. SalCool is built on a proprietary blend of synergistic, synthetic, food-grade, grass cooling agents, WS3, methyl lactate, and WS23, designed to deliver a multi-dimensional, long-lasting, refreshing sensation. The innovation lies not only in the selection of these molecules, but in their precise ratio, carefully optimized to create a progressive release profile. While these agents all activate cooling receptors, they differ in onset speed, intensity, and duration. Without proper balance, one can dominate, resulting in either a sharp, short-lived spike or an unstructured sensory effect. SalCool is designed to avoid this, delivering a controlled and harmonious experience. Each submicron sphere features an advanced double-core shell architecture. At its center, the core encapsulates one active, which is sequentially layered with a second to form an intermediate shell, while the outer layer incorporates the third cooling agent. This hierarchical design enables a programmed stepwise release rather than a simultaneous burst. The result is a refined sensory progression, an immediate perception of freshness, followed by a sustained cooling phase and a smooth, long-lasting finish. The entire sphere is constructed within a dense hydroxypropylcellulose polymer network that regulates diffusion and release kinetics. This matrix protects the actives from premature interaction or degradation while ensuring excellent stability across a wide range of formulations. Through this sophisticated encapsulation approach, SalCool transforms conventional cooling into a precisely engineered sensory performance, enhancing efficacy elevating consumer perception and enabling long-lasting freshness without increasing active load or irritation potential. Many people ask me, what makes Hydrocell Sal Cool so practical and so easy to work with? It is supplied as a water-based suspension ready for direct incorporation into cosmetic formulations. There's no need for pre-dissolving or complex processing, like needed with menthol, just smooth lab development and reliable scale-up to production. In formulation, it performs consistently and predictably, giving you confidence from bench to batch. Equally important, it is odorless. It does not interfere with perfumes or essential oils. This balance of technical simplicity and sensory neutrality is what makes Hydrocell Sal Cool both easy to formulate with and refined in performance. Now I'll hand it over to Sally to extend the discussion.
Thank you, Sal. After developing Hydrocell Sal Cool, our structured progressive cooling system, we realized that not every product needs a quiet, phased sensory curve. Some applications require something more immediate, more noticeable, and more familiar. That's how Hydrocell Fresh Cool was created. Like Sal Cool, it's built on the Hydrocell platform, but with a different sensory objective, delivering an immediate, clean, cooling sensation. Fresh Cool focuses on faster onset, crisp freshness, and a slight mentholic note that consumers instantly recognize. It uses similar cooling molecules, but in a different ratio, with the addition of menthol, giving it a quicker, stronger, and more direct sensory impact. In contrast, Hydrocell Sal Cool was engineered for a refined, progressive, and truly elegant experience, almost as a subtle surprise. Instead of announcing itself immediately, the cooling unfolds gradually. Fresh Cool delivers energy. Sal Cool delivers sophistication. Fresh Cool is bold and expressive. Sal Cool is controlled and elevated. Two systems, two sensory philosophies, designed for different product stories. Let me share some results from our clinical studies with you. We put Hydrocell Fresh Cool head-to-head against free menthol. Both were tested at 1% in the same lotion base, with menthol levels carefully matched for a fair comparison. Panelists applied the product to the forearm, and cooling intensity was measured every 2 minutes for 45 minutes. Here's what happened. Free menthol hit fast, sharp, immediate, powerful, exactly what you'd expect from a volatile molecule that diffuses rapidly into the skin. Hydrocell Fresh Cool? Smoother, more controlled, less aggressive at the start. But the real story unfolds over time. Menthol's curve drops quickly, losing about half its intensity within 15 minutes and nearly disappearing by 45 minutes. Hydrocell Fresh Cool behaves differently. The cooling holds. The curve declines gradually. The sensation lasts. This isn't just cooling. It's engineered persistence. Hydrocell Fresh Cool transforms a short-lived spike into a sustained sensory experience. What makes this even more interesting is how the sensory perception evolves with use level. At lower levels, it delivers a light tingling sensation. As the concentration increases, it becomes more distinctly refreshing. At higher levels, a clear cooling effect is perceived, and at very high levels, it may even approach a numbing sensation. This progression enables precise tuning of the sensory experience to the desired product profile. In the next phase, we asked a practical formulation question. What is the optimal use level of Hydrocell Fresh Cool in a scalp conditioner? We prepared a rinse-off conditioner with increasing concentrations, from 0% as a control up to 7%. Panelists applied, rinsed, and then evaluated the cooling intensity over time. The results were revealing. As concentration increased, the duration of cooling extended. The sensory curve became longer and more sustained. The longest-lasting effect, about 20 minutes of noticeable freshness after rinse-off, was achieved at 5%. Beyond 5%, increasing the level did not significantly extend longevity. We reached a performance plateau. What does this mean? There is an optimal dosage window. Adding more product beyond that point increases cost, not performance. This data empowers formulators to deliver maximum refreshing impact without overformulating. It's not about adding more cooling. It's about finding the precise level that delivers the best sensory return. That's smart formulation. I see a question from Sam. What's your question?
The results are very interesting. They clearly demonstrate the relationship between the level of technology use in the formula and the sensory response, with around 5% identified as the optimal level. My question is, how would the formulator know how much to use in a formula? What are your guidelines?
The use level should be carefully calibrated for each specific formulation and the intended area of application. In most systems, levels around 3 to 4% already deliver a clearly perceptible and effective sensory response. However, increasing the concentration can further extend the duration of the sensation. Two key factors help determine the optimal use level. The first is the formula's composition. Systems with higher emollient content, such as creams, often require lower use levels, as lipids enhance the delivery and accessibility of the actives to the upper layers of the skin, in contrast to the rinse-off application. The second factor is the area of application. Regions with thinner skin and a higher density of blood vessels and nerve endings are more sensitive and therefore require lower concentrations. For example, the face, eye area, scalp, and intimate areas typically require lower use levels. In contrast, areas such as the outer arms or body are less sensitive and may require higher concentrations to achieve the desired effect. This targeted approach allows formulators to design precise, optimized sensory experiences tailored to each application. Many people asked me if it's safe to use Hydrosal Salcool for oral care. Yes, Hydrosal Salcool and Hydrosal Fresh Cool can also be used in oral care applications, such as chewing gum, toothpaste, and mouthwash. In the EU, these products are regulated as cosmetics, provided no therapeutic claims are made. Hydrosal Salcool and Hydrosal Fresh Cool are composed of cosmetic-grade ingredients, classified as flavor components, and are intended for cosmetic use. They are identified as GRAS, meaning generally recognized as safe. Additional information is available in the Regulatory Safety folder on the Salvona website. Now, let's take it a step further. I'd like to invite Sydney, our application chemist, to showcase how Hydrosal Salcool and Hydrosal Fresh Cool can be applied across a wide range of product categories. Hi, Sydney, over to you.
Hi, I'm Sydney. Let's talk about where Hydrosal Salcool truly shines: its applications and positioning. One of the greatest advantages of this technology is its versatility. It reaches the consumer in a surprising yet elegant way, delivering a refined and sophisticated cooling sensation. Because the cooling effect is controlled, balanced, and long-lasting, it integrates seamlessly into a wide range of product categories. Unlike traditional cooling systems such as menthol, which can feel sharp or volatile, Hydrosal Salcool provides a smooth, well-rounded sensory experience, making it suitable for both performance-driven and comfort-oriented formulations. Let me share with several product concepts. In skincare, Hydrosal Salcool is ideal for multiple applications. One of the most commercially successful examples is in sun care and after sun lotion. In sun care products, the refreshing sensation persists even when the skin is exposed to heat, providing a continuous feeling of freshness even during hot beach days. Imagine you are enjoying a fresh sensation on a hot beach day. Beyond sensory pleasure, this cooling effect becomes a functional benefit. It acts as an intuitive built-in reminder. As the refreshing sensation gradually fades, it signals that it may be time to reapply sunscreen. In this way, the product transforms perception into guidance, helping consumers maintain optimal protection without needing to track time. Hydrosal Salcool is also highly effective in after-sun soothing serums, where it helps alleviate the lingering warmth associated with sun-exposed skin. By delivering a gentle, sustained cooling sensation, it enhances comfort during the skin's recovery phase, leaving the skin feeling calm, refreshed, and revitalized. Hydrosal Sal Cool is highly suitable for skin-soothing applications following aesthetic procedures, where the skin is often left feeling warm, sensitive, and reactive. By delivering a gentle, controlled cooling sensation, it helps reduce the perception of heat and discomfort, while promoting an immediate feeling of relief. It is not intended to be applied directly to open or compromised skin, but rather to surrounding areas or to intact skin as part of a comfort-oriented recovery routine. In these applications, the benefit is clear. You deliver refreshing comfort in a controlled, elegant way, without overwhelming or irritating the skin. Hydrosal Sal Cool fits naturally into men's grooming. For men, cooling represents freshness, performance, and cleanliness, powerful emotional drivers in this category. Hydrosal Sal Cool delivers that signature sensation in a controlled, refined, and sophisticated way. In aftershave balms, gels, and creams, Hydrosal Sal Cool, or Hydrosal Fresh Cool, provides a soothing, cooling, and refreshing effect without the need for potent menthol and high alcohol levels that may dry or irritate the skin. This allows formulators to nourish and moisturize the skin while maintaining an elegant freshness that does not interfere with the fragrance design. We recommend combining it with Hydrosal fragrance to further elevate the sensory experience. This synergy enhances fragrance perception, extending both its intensity and longevity while creating a more immersive and refined application experience. In beard care products, cooling enhances the perception of cleanliness beneath facial hair. It creates a scalp-like freshness while remaining low odor, preserving the intended fragrance architecture. In sport deodorants, cooling reinforces the perception of freshness during sweating and body heat. Hydrosal Sal Cool delivers a controlled, long-lasting cooling effect without interfering with the fragrance profile. For enhanced performance, combine it with Hydrosal Malodor Control, delivering both a sensory freshness cue and effective sweat odor management. In men's anti-hair loss products, cooling often serves as a sensory marker, signaling to the user that the technology is working and penetrating. Technologies such as Salsphere Apple or Salsphere Hair Stimulating work synergistically with Hydrosal Sal Cool, combining performance science with a perceptible sensory cue. In men's grooming, cooling is more than a sensation. It is identity. Now, let's talk about applications in hair and scalp care. Hydrosal Sal Cool creates strong opportunities in hair and scalp care. The scalp is highly sensory responsive, rich in nerve endings and thermoreceptors. Even a subtle cooling delivers a powerful perception of freshness and cleanliness. In this category, cooling is not just an effect, it's a strategic positioning tool. In anti-dandruff shampoos, Hydrosal Sal Cool enhances the perception of deep cleansing by delivering a refreshing, long-lasting cooling sensation. The result is a clean, invigorated scalp feel that elevates both comfort and overall consumer satisfaction. For a more comprehensive and synergistic approach, we recommend combining it with Salsphere Healthy Scalp. While Sal Cool provides immediate and sustained sensory refreshment, Salsphere Healthy Scalp delivers targeted actives directly to the scalp, supporting long-term scalp balance and health. In oil control products, cooling enhances the perception of reduced greasiness, increasing consumer satisfaction. And in post-workout or active lifestyle formats, Hydrosal Sal Cool brings performance-driven, climate-adaptive freshness to scalp care. Cooling on the scalp is powerful. As you can see, these are only a few examples of applications that Hydrosal Sal Cool can achieve. Let's talk about the power of cooling in muscles comfort. After intense activity, muscles heat up, and that heat translates into discomfort. In this case, delivering cooling isn't just for a sensation, it's a relief. Cooling activates key thermoreceptors. It helps interrupt the discomfort pathway. That's why cold therapy has always been a cornerstone of sports recovery. Now imagine lying in bed or even sitting at work, your muscles tense after a long day. You apply an oil or lotion infused with Hydrosal Sal Cool, and a gentle cooling sensation begins to spread across the skin. It's a completely discreet experience, odorless and private, allowing you to enjoy soothing relief anytime, anywhere. It unfolds gradually, soothing warmth, easing tension, and bringing a sense of comfort and relaxation. As the sensation lingers, the body feels calmer, and discomfort fades into the background, turning a simple application into a moment of recovery and relief. Hydrosal Sal Cool is ideal for post-workout recovery gels, sport creams, magnesium muscle balms, and active lifestyle lotions. The cooling lasts. The skin stays comfortable, and the user feels that it's working. In slimming and body contouring products, cooling plays a powerful sensory role. Consumers want to feel that a product is working. Cooling creates an immediate signal of activation, suggesting circulation, energy, and performance. It also enhances the perception of tightening. The skin feels firmer, more toned, more engaged. Cooling turns slimming from a claim into an experience, and experience builds trust. As you can see, these are just a few examples of what Hydrosal Sal Cool can deliver across applications. Cooling becomes more than a sensation. It becomes a language, a cue, a moment of proof. Now that you've seen the possibilities, it's your turn to create exceptional products designed to stand out, engage the senses, and deliver performance consumers can truly feel.
Sydney, thank you. You've shared many exciting ideas for creating innovative new products. Now the important question: how easy is it to formulate?
Very easy. Simply prepare your base and add Hydrosal at room temperature. Hydrosal technologies are highly compatible with most formulation types, including clear washes, gels, rubs, and serums, and can also be incorporated into milky or emulsion formats. Salvona's chemists have designed these systems to be simple, stable, and formulator-friendly. You can already find example formulations in the product overview section on the Salvona website, and I'm available to provide any additional support.
Thank you, Sydney. I'm sure these concept ideas will inspire our audience to explore new possibilities with Hydrosal Sal Cool and Hydrosal Fresh Cool. Let's close with one key message. Cooling is no longer just an ingredient. It's a sensory experience and a strategic design tool. At Salvona Technologies, we create solutions aligned with consumer demand, and in this case, it's all about tingling, refreshing, and cooling sensations that people can truly feel. Today, you've been introduced to two powerful technologies. One, Hydrosal Sal Cool, delivering a smooth, sustained, and skin-respectful freshness, and two, Hydrosal Fresh Cool, providing an immediate, vibrant burst of activation. Together, they give you the flexibility to design the exact sensory profile your brand needs, from subtle elegance to high-impact freshness. Across skincare, scalp care, men's grooming, muscle comfort, slimming, and performance-driven products, cooling becomes proof of action. It signals freshness, reinforces performance, and assures the consumer this product is working. And that's the shift. From ingredients to experience, from claims to sensation, from formulation to differentiation. Don't just formulate cooling, but engineer the experience. Thank you.